is sustainable, you know. So if this lasts a very long time, I want to be prepared to do that. And so that's kind of the way I approach it every day. It's like, hey, at the end of the day, am I still feeling happy? Am I still feeling balanced? Am I feeling like I can power through this for a while, you know? And so I'm not trying to pressure myself to be productive. So I'm writing stuff here and there, you know, and I'm doing art, but I make sure that I do it for fun, and I don't put pressure on myself to feel like, oh, this is a unique opportunity to be very. There's no failing quarantine, you know. Everybody's got to do their own thing that keeps them healthy and safe and balanced, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. And I think I can see the desire to create like creep back in every day. Like I'm getting into a place where like, okay, I can reintroduce creativity into my routine, but I think it's still like a week away. So for now, it's mostly Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
What
No,
about you? Are you writing?
I feel like early on, like I feel like even just maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I used to put so much pressure on myself all the time about making music. Like I would go insane. Like a lot of my happiness and fulfillment was like solely dependent on my productivity in music for a long time. And there came a moment where I'm like, I think I like tweeted about it or something, and then this one dude was like, really, like you depend on your productivity and music for your happiness. Like that's very, very, like that's ridiculous. Like it shouldn't be that way. And like ever since like, he said that, like which was years ago, like my entire perspective just flipped, and I've just been a lot more calm about it. Like I don't really put pressure on myself so much to work on music. Like if I don't feel like working on music, then I just simply won't, and if I do, then I do. And then in the moments that I really feel like working on it are also the moments that I'm the most patient. So I always end up coming up with stuff that I like because I'm patient. I'm not rushing myself. I'm not like putting all this pressure on myself. And I guess like during this quarantine, it's even more relevant to be talking about this because I feel like so many people are putting probably an insane amount of pressure on themselves to.
I was talking to Dave One from Chromeo about that, and he was the first to flag that up because in the first couple of weeks of quarantine, everybody was like doing a million streams and a million things, like feeling like, okay, we need to keep this momentum, we need to stay active. And some people were like seeing that as like some kind of competition or pressure, like they needed to engage with. And I got caught up in that a little bit, and then I realized, you know what, no, that's not a sustainable attitude in this moment. But you're right, that was also true even before. Like when you have a creative life, like our work takes over so much of our mental energy, and provides us with so much joy to, and it's like, so it's a powerful fire that you need to like tame and control, you know. Like I know that for myself, making music is not like a passive fun entertainment activity. It's something like really profound that can make me really frustrated and really sad or incredibly happy, but it's very intense, you know. It doesn't stabilize me. I can't make music casually. Like it's too important to me, which is why I'm not doing it. I'm not forcing myself to do it right now because I know that it takes over my spirit so much, and usually in good, you know, but it's like it's a beast, and I don't want to introduce that just yet until I feel very, very rock solid in this new normal. But yeah, I think it's also a thing when you're like a new artist and you maybe finally get your shot, you know, to have an audience, and you feel like, oh, I have to live up to this incredible opportunity, and I feel guilty if I don't work super hard because so many other people would love to have an audience, you know. And that's a fine sentiment, but you also have to like make sure that to take care of yourself so that it sustains. Like that attitude of like reckless competition and desire to move forward no matter what, and tire yourself in the process can only last so long, you know. And you don't want to be. So I think, yeah, you've definitely identified that appropriately, I think.
Yeah, you said it well too, with like a lot of people who are first getting the opportunity early on. I always have to remember to like keep that in mind too, because like at the moment, I guess where we are in our careers, it's more, you know, we've established our careers more, so maybe we should feel a little bit more like calm about things. But I remember when I first started, yeah, like I was all over the place. I was like on the airplane being like nobody talk to me, like I have to work on music, like this is my only minute, like I only have 2 hours right now on this airplane to work on music, then I have to go to my hotel, I have to play a show. I was like so used to sitting in my room all day, like working on music literally every single day for 12 hours a day, and then all of a sudden I get thrown into this like DJ world, and I was like going insane. But
It's
I
crazy. It's super intense, you know. And I was talking to a friend about that a couple of hours ago, and yeah, I think most artists are very unprepared for that new life, and it takes a minute to readjust to something, yeah, like healthy and sustainable. I know it took a while for me to make sense of it, like, but I yeah. So no, yeah. To answer your original question, I'm just doing. I'm kind of anxious about the moment when I'll get bored of Animal Crossing and I'll have to move on to something else.
what's gonna be next for you, dude? Are you gonna start getting jacked? All of a sudden, you get a new gym addiction and fucking
That's
Hugo.
gonna be me. Well,
Yeah.
so the thing though is that with my show, Good Faith Live is very much designed around my silhouette.
Okay.
So all of the looks, because I don't have a table in front of me, so you see my full body
Yeah.
throughout the visuals, and so a lot of it's very choreographed. So I always know kind of how I'm supposed to pose and stuff for that show, and so I need to be very like stay in the exact same shape for the show to look the same. Like if I start getting jacked, the show won't look the same. So I'm that's the main thing. Is like I don't really have the option. It's the greatest excuse, right? To not like
Yeah,
work
it's like,
out.
nah, I can't get jacked right now because I
It's
have
for a
to look.
role. I'm
I,
not thin and flimsy. I'm just like I'm just a professional. Um, no,
I'm dying.
you know what though? I got another Switch game called Ring Fit Adventure, and it's like a gym exercise video game where you have this like controller that you have to push and do like all kinds of like exercises with to produce attacks and it's designed as like a role-playing adventure. So you're like defeating some dragon or something, and there's this whole story. But to progress in the story, you have to do like push-ups and things like that. And
Oh
so
my god.
yeah, and so I started doing that, and it's wrecking me. Like I play for 5 minutes, and I need to like lay down for 2 hours afterwards. So I think that's gonna be my next obsession. So actually, you know what? Next time we speak, I'll be like jacked up. I'll be one of those like DJs who just only post like gym pull-up tractions and stuff on my story. That'll be me.
Just gonna post shirtless pics, just like, dude, I can't even imagine. I can't.
I'm coming for that. That's my new angle. After quarantine, that's it. I'm going for it. It's a rebrand.
I'm dying. Oh my god.
So what about you? What are you doing with your time? Just music mostly, or?
No, like, okay, so when did quarantine even start? Like a month ago? I got back from Europe, fortunately, right in time, because as soon as I got home, it was like maybe 5 days later that everything became on lockdown. Like, I was just in Barcelona, and like, literally everything in Spain got like shut down, and it just, or wait, yeah, everything just got like super messy after that. And so, I'm really lucky because my girlfriend actually came and visited me. Like she came to my house, and she's like from Florida, but she came to visit me in Toronto. And so she pretty much like dipped her entire family and cat to hang with me. And then it got to this point where we're like having so much fun hanging out my house and stuff that like she just like hasn't left. So we've been together now for like pretty much a month straight, and we've just kind of like been having our own little routine, and it's been like super fun and
That's
very
awesome.
enjoyable. But I mean, we both work on music, which is super cool, because like we both understand that. Like I feel like
Yeah.
not everybody understands that, like taking time to like work on music for a while and not do anything else other than that. But yeah, so we both been just like working on music, eating like pretty much only vegetarian stuff, which is new for me because I've never really been, I mean, I'm pretty much vegetarian on the road, but not when I'm at home. So I've been like eating like that. Like, obviously I don't only eat healthy though. Like we eat like random shit too. But anyway, it's just like doing stuff like that, keeping like a general routine. And, yeah, I showed you my new song. Like I've been
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good. It's one of my favorites. It may be my favorite Rezz song.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because like I only send you and Porter my new music. Like that's it.
Did he hear it? Did he reply?
No, not yet. But I did send it to both of you. Like you guys are the only people I sent it to. Like I don't know what it is. I think it's because like I think I sent it to you two because I trust you guys so much because I know how important music is for you and him, and how like you guys you guys would, you like care so much about it. You would never share your music unless you trusted somebody, and like you've sent me some of your music as well. So it's just like this mutual
Yeah, I think
trust.
I know I feel very vulnerable, you know. I send my music to very few people before it comes out because I feel like I'm easy to dissuade or to sway. So I feel that it's my duty to protect the vision, you know, especially if I feel good about it. I don't need reinforcement, you know, and I don't want to damage my trust in my own work because somebody is not getting it, you know. So it's a fine line between constructive feedback and like protecting something. But when I give feedback, I try to be very like um, when people send me songs like early on in the process, I just get super analytical and matter of fact and very detailed, and I just provide a big bullet list of thoughts. And the idea is that the person in front can go through them and maybe pick one or two things that inspire them and disregard the rest. And I'm just like, hey, here's a fresh perspective on your song. And then when it's something more complete like that song, then I'll just say like honestly what I think. And in that case, it's easy because it's dope. Like it's so good. And I felt very privileged that you sent it to me. Thank you.
Dude, no problem. I'm like really, I was thinking about you like when me and Grabbits finished it. Like I just thought I was like, I'm gonna send this to fucking Hugo. Like I just feel like you would like it, and so
Yeah, because we've talked before about the slightly more song driven Rezz songs. So you know, I'm more of a song person than like a drop person usually. So like so that's more like up my alley kind of by default. But like what I liked about this song in particular is that it combines that with a really good like Rezz drop. Like you know, it kind of has it all. It's like a great business card of like, hey, this is kind of like a great summation of my identity is what I feel about that song. It's like it would be a great intro to Rezz, I think, for people.
well, I feel you. That's exactly like the intention of what I want for the coming times. Nobody even knows this, but I actually signed with a major label, and
Oh damn!
nobody even knows this because I don't really talk about it because it's like it's the
When
thing.
and who?
So I'm with RCA, and we
Oh,
pulled
Sunny fam.
yeah, like we pulled some like a crazy string. Like basically what I'm saying is I didn't sell my soul away to them. Like I can literally do whatever I want. I can release what I want, do what I want. If I wanted to put out some like really dark, trippy, like weird Rezz like instrumental next month, I could do so. But
Yeah, that's the thing. Since people are listening, there's a lot of people that don't realize that when you're a big artist already and you sign with a major, like you have so much leverage, and there's
yeah,
no like evil label forcing you to do anything. Like the artist has total control. Like you wouldn't have signed a deal that didn't retain full control. You just have like a big machine that can come in when you want to, you know?
exactly. That's exactly what it is. And they've been super amazing. And they've been very, very good. Like basically all the future instrumentals and that I make with vocalists on them that I feel are like the Grabbits collab that's coming out, like stuff like that I feel like is going to be a little bit more expansive of like my current lane. They're gonna do a good job at like promoting that to like more audiences, and which is why I was like, this is great. And the number one thing that I cared about more than anything is being able to be free, that I could, like I said, like put out an EP with like 4 random super trippy songs that have no vocals on them and just like put it out. And
Yeah.
like, as long as I have that freedom as Rezz to do that in my career, that's literally all I care about. Like I was always very hesitant to sign with labels and hesitant to sign with like really anybody like exclusively. But now I'm just like, nah, like when we come to like such an agreement and it doesn't hinder my creativity and my focus on like my own, like what I want with my project, like I'm good to go. So yeah, like I'm super excited about it honestly, but I didn't announce it for some reason. I didn't say to like the world like, oh, like I signed with RCA, but it was just like, you know, they'll probably find out because the song comes out tonight on RCA. So
Oh, is it coming out tonight?
yeah, tonight.
Oh, dope. What time?
At 12 EST, at midnight EST, so 9 p.m. your time.
Can you send me an instrumental too? Because I love the vocals, but I want to do like a mashup.
Dude, 100%. 100%. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do that. I actually.
Sweet. Well, congratulations for the release.
Thank you, man. It was good to talk to you. I'm actually gonna play this song real quick, but I have to like get.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, play Animal Crossing. I'll talk to you in a bit, man. Later.
Bye bye.
All right, one sec.